And hello, today we're doing a relatively straightforward and quick video on the Marshall Bluesbreaker. Marshall re-released some of their classic pedals exactly the way that they were released in, I'm going to say, the 80s, with the weird foam at the bottom and battery compartment and the big clunky size and the clicky switch and the knobs, everything down to spec the way that it used to be. Why? I have no idea. That happened a few years ago before some of the new people took over, but they are being sold. So the Bluesbreaker looks like this. Is a 3-knob drive, and it's pretty sturdy, of course, and I think they clock in at 179, 189, something like this. And they are definitely the classic Marshall version of what this was supposed to be. The Bluesbreaker obviously has evolved, and one of the most coveted pedals, as far as I understand, the King of Tone, is based on a modified Bluesbreaker times 2. And then there's the Pantheon, which is kind of a version of the King of Tone. So it's a modified Bluesbreaker times 2 with more switchies and stuff. So it's one of the classics. It's like there's the Klon, and then people run with it. And then there's the Tube Screamer, and people run with it and modify it and give it more gain, less gain, and switchies. And then there's a Bluesbreaker. It's one of those dinosaurs. So today we're taking this Marshall Bluesbreaker. If we look at it from the outside, actually, it's pretty sturdy, right? Huge. I don't know if you want that. That's probably Bluesbreaker pedals that are smaller. And, well, we have top-loaded 9-volt in, out, all that. I don't know if that was on the original, or I don't really care. If you want the original feel of Bluesbreaker, Marshall's got you covered for under $200. Let's take it out of the box. As always, here are some product shots with some sounds. I think I did a little noodle track with it. Let's check it out in an elevated jam track from my friend Tom James. all that being said, we're pumping it into one amp, the pedal platform that I choose as my main pedal platform, which is the Tone King Imperial. It's right behind it's that turquoise thing. It's a gorgeous amp. And that's about it. That's all we got. And the guitar is a rose gold sparkle Balaguer Seraph, I think it's called. I mean, look at this beautiful neck heel there. It's very sparkly. We got single coils within the... Now, we got humbuckers, but we got single coil positions as well. This is what it sounds like without the pedals. Crank shit up there. And there's the sound we want. Really, up to that point, who gave a shit? But now... Let's do one thing here. We'll turn on the Marshall JCM 800 and see how the Blues Breaker can push it. So it's that very round, comfortable feeling overdrive. I like it. So that's the JCM. Look, folksies, Marshall Blues Breaker, it's 3 knobs. Really, you just want to crank up the gain, otherwise it doesn't really do too much. It can be bigger. It has a tone thing, leave it where that's at. And Blues Breaker is back the way it used to be back in the day. You get it for under $200. Can you get a Blues Breaker style pedal from other companies with more options? Maybe. Do you want the classic looking, can't kill it with the tank, big block thing with it's a soft clicky actually. So it's not a big old hard clicky. So maybe it's improved. What do I know? They sent this to me and said, do whatever. I did whatever. This was unpaid. I mean, I get the Blues Breaker. Yay. So I have a cool plastic pedal. Thank you, Marshall. I'll link it below and animals at the end.
Last goodbye. But every time you want it, you make my world disappear. Maybe you make me lose the ground. You got me head over heels. You put a spoke in my wheel. You turn my universe upside down and downside up and upside down and downside up and upside down. Turn my universe upside down. You turn my universe upside down.